wear my reading glasses. My reading glasses. Wow. Uko live? Asante. This one is for immediate release. Kwa hivyo tusikilizane. Wanamunga is here, the directors are here. This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I visited the offices of the East Africa Tea Trade Association, IATA, here in Mombasa. Funded and constructive discussions. Omunga, on the state of Kenya's tea sector and the wider challenges confronting our farmers, our traders, and our exporters. I was encouraged by IATA's clarity of purpose, their vision to secure the best value for African tea in the global market. Not just Kenyan tea, because we realized that this association actually represents trading flow in the entire world. It is a vision I fully associate myself with, and one that Kenya, as Africa's leading tea exporter, has both the standing and the obligation to champion. It is in this spirit that I recently visited the embassy of the Republic of Sudan in Nairobi and held discussions with the ambassador to personally present the grievances of our tea sector and to press for the lifting of the ban on Kenyan tea exports that Khartoum imposed on 14th March 2025. And they did that as a reciprocal measure. They made it very clear. They did that because of this government's interference in the internal affairs of an independent and sovereign republic. Sudan has for decades ranked among Kenya's top 4 tea export destinations, historically importing in the order of 35 million kilograms annually, valued at approximately $70 million. The abruptness of the ban caught the trade in mid-motion. Tea, worth more than $23 million, was left stranded along the supply chain, including 207 40 food containers held at the port of Mombasa. With the attendant demurrage, warehousing, and financing costs falling squarely on our exporters and ultimately on our farmers. The ripple effect of this ban has been felt well beyond the tea sector itself. A closed market of this scale depresses prices at the Mombasa auction, widens the glut in a market already contending with softer demand from other traditional destinations, and erodes the foreign exchange earnings that tea, historically one of our top 3 export commodities, brings into the country, that is at least $20 million per week. It threatens bonus payments to farmers, strains the cash flow of processors and factories, and the Kenya Tea Development Agency aggregate weakens the very foreign and our debt servicing obligation, coffee and horticultural value chains. A Kenya that earns more from what it already grows is a Kenya better placed to lower the cost of living, create jobs, and stabilize its currency without punishing ordinary families through fresh taxation. On taxation, I gather, for example, that every container coming into Mombasa by the county government, they have to pay 7,000 shillings before they are placed in the warehouse. And when the same container moves to support peace engagement, but not to allow the port of Mombasa to be the entry point for arms destined for Darfur, for Sudan, through Mombasa. This is what this Ruto administration has actually been doing, and therefore creating enemies for ordinary Kenyans who would otherwise want to have good neighborliness and within the framework of our regional organizations. Sudan is a member of IGAD, Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Development. We wanted to give it by talking about Intergovernmental Authority on Development. This is why we worked within that framework to bring peace in southern Sudan and in Somalia. And this is what William Ruto's administration is doing, destroying everything that was making this country an attraction to the region. Now we are seeing as an enemy nation. Our tea farmers and traders deserve a government and a leadership that will stand in the gap for them in every capital and every embassy where the interests are at stake. And I will continue to do so without hesitation. This visit is part of a wider, deliberate program of sector engagements that I will be undertaking countrywide in the coming weeks and months. We are working smart, very smart. We are working smart and very hard with farmers, traders, manufacturers, and investors alike. And remember, people of great city county of Mombasa, that we have now started the countdown to the next election. This is why my tone will definitely be changing on a daily basis to make William Ruto one term, because he doesn't deserve a second term if he can ruin our tea industry the way he has done it. As we build the case for the practical production-led recovery that this country needs, I will keep engaging, I will keep listening, and I will keep pressing Kenya's case wherever it needs to be pressed. God bless Kenya. God bless all of us. People of Mombasa, asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha. Tumeingia pwani. Pwani kuingia ni rahisi sana, kutoka ni matanga, lakini tuko tu. We'll also be attending the Law Society Conference, which is an annual event held every time in the southern coast in Diani. But we'll also be engaging in the next few days with the people of Coast Province. Originally the Coast Province. But we know these people, like other people in every part of the corner, are shouting, Ruto must go. And Ruto is one term. Nyinyi mko one term? Mko one term? Hebu tuone one term. Asanteni sana. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We want actually to see the flow of the auction. These days, since COVID in 2020, they went digital. So we are told brokers in Rwanda, the Rwanda tea apparently is doing better than our tea at the auction. So I think Kenyans also need to understand. And I've challenged the leadership of this association to imagine Bwana Omunga went to Dubai. And in Dubai they were saying they have the largest auction for tea, where they're handling, is it 90 million?
65 million.
65 million kilograms of tea. And Mombasa has been handling 900 million kilograms of tea. So this should be the center of the world, not Dubai. So we must continue thinking hard and working smart. That's why I've always entertained the thought of a free port in Mombasa in order to bring Dubai to Mombasa. Watu wawache kwenda huko Dubai, wakuje huku kwetu. Madam Senator, unasikia? Ni Senator ama ni Women Rep? Mama Women Rep, asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say something, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much. Today we were privileged to host His Excellency Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. He is a diplomat, and because we had a market challenge in Sudan, we did engage, and he took us to the embassy of Sudan, where we managed to have a very productive engagement with the ambassador of Sudan. And it is important to note that Sudan was the fourth largest importer of Kenyan tea, and Sudan was buying or consume tea when they're happy and when they're sad. And we look forward, through the support of His Excellency Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, to help us open this market. Because of the good name, because of the respect that is created in the region, that the regional leaders give him, we believe that with his support, we are able to recapture that market and open that market for the Kenyan tea and improve the livelihoods of millions and millions of smallholder tea farmers in Kenya. Thank you.
Asanteni sana.
Thank you.
Asante, nawashukuru sana. Kwa hivyo tuko nyumbani. Asanteni.
Amesema na wanawake wengi. Amesema hawahudumii.